Hello sir, this is my video documentation for our first activity in Solidworks. So we have here the second part that I already opened from the assembly file here. So I opened this because I need to put some changes and make a new sketch. So I have here this orientation and now I'm gonna edit this one. So let's click this first and then under the sketch we will select line, and then now we can create lines. So starting from this point, and I will just randomly select that point and also this point, and then press escape to exit the command. So now I will define the parameter of this line. So here I'm gonna input 50 millimeters and click this vertical to ensure that it is vertical, and click, and to make sure also that this is horizontal, we will just click that, and here we will click horizontal and check. After that we will just delete this line because we won't need this anymore. So after that we will now select uh, isometric view. So here we will apply a split. We will search command here, split, then click split. So here in the browser bar we can see that the sketch is already selected, and we have all we have to do is to cut part, and we have here the first part and the first part, body 1 and body 2. Then let's click check, and now that it's done we will go back on our assembly file. So we will just wait. So here there is a pop-up window. We will just click yes, and now the changes are also applied on the assembly file. So here in the simulation we will just click this new study, and I will just name this as static analysis, and check. After this I'm gonna define the materials to be used in this model, and to do that under here we have parts. I'm gonna select this and apply or edit material. So we will just wait for it to load the materials, and then we can apply after selecting what type of material are we gonna use. So it was indicated in the instructions that the material to be used here is cast alloy steel. So for all the parts the material should be cast alloy steel. So let's just wait for the materials to be loaded now, because it's really loading and a bit laggy when recording um, 3D modeling or simulations like this in CAD. So we will just patiently wait for that, because there's nothing we can do about that aside from waiting. So finally we have here our materials, and we will look for cast alloy steel. Let's click that, and next is to click apply and then close. So for our part 2 we will also apply the same kind of material. Now let's wait again. So here we will also select cast alloy steel. Let's click apply and then close. So now we are done um, specifying the materials of our model. The next thing to do is to make a virtual wall. So in order to do that, we will expose this face, and under the connections advisor, we will select local interaction, and let's wait for the browser bar to be loaded. So here we, under the type, we will select virtual wall, this one, and for the plane we will just select the front plane here. After that we will click check icon. So now that we have the virtual wall and the face, we will have to mate the two so that it will be attached on our virtual wall. So but first we will float this one. Just click float before mating, and here under the assembly there's a mate, so we will apply that. First we will select this face, then let's click mate, and then let's wait for the drop down here to be shown, and we will select the front plane, and now we will just wait for that mate to be finished. So after that we have, we will just look here. So after putting the virtual wall, we can see here we will now put bolts on the holes. So in order to do that, under here in the simulation we have connections advisor, we will select bolt, and here in the browser bar we will wait for it to finish loading. In this case we are gonna select the foundation bolts, and we'll select this, the edge of one of the holes here, and for the plane we will just select the, we will just select the front plane, and then the connection type will change this to rigid, and here in the preload we will just leave this torque, but we will change the value to 20 newton meters. And after that, we will, after checking everything is okay, we will click check. And now the bolt is applied. So we will just repeat the same process to the other holes. Uh, we will just wait for the browser bar to load. So just like the first hole, we will select foundation bolts, and then we will select this hole, and then for the plane we will just select the front plane and change this to rigid, the connection type. And for the torque, we will change this to 20 newton meters. So we will wait for the browser bar to finish loading. I will select this circle, and for the plane we will just select front plane. We will change the connection type to rigid, and for the torque to 20 newton meters. Then check. After that, we are now going to put bolt in the last hole. So we will again use bolt, and we are gonna use a foundation bolt. But first, let's wait for the browser bar to finish. We have here the front plane, rigid for the connection type, and for the torque 20 newton meters. And check. Okay, so let's change the view to isometric in order to see everything.